Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sincere from the Standard 81 podcast, and I am back with Rant Wednesdays. But before we get into this, let's go ahead and take a 30-second break just to get our minds right. Here we go. And we are back. So, what's up, everybody? I hope you all are doing well on this Wednesday. It is kind of cold in Florida. Um, Currently, it is 47 degrees. I know I'm always wearing a hoodie, but it is cold. As you can see, I am wearing a beanie. My sister got it for me from Germany, and you know, I decided to wear that today. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk. Let's rant it. I'm gonna rant it out. And here's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the culture. So I might get in trouble here today, but black people, why are we fighting to be like everybody else? Why are we fighting to be everybody else? Why are we fighting to look like everybody else? This is something I don't understand, man. This is something I don't understand. Uh, we complain about racism. We complain about not being treated equal. We complain about all this and all that, right? But yet we are fighting to be them or look like them, and we're saying we're greater than that, we're better than that, woo woo woo. But I'm gonna tell you like this: half of the time, when we're out doing things, we want the acknowledgement and the praise from these same groups for the things that we do instead of looking to our own group and trying to uplift them. Here's what I mean. Young ladies are buying hair weaves and dyes and all this stuff to have their bodies to have their hair constructed like that of a European woman or a Middle Eastern woman or Asian woman, when that's not who we are naturally. We are getting our bodies done according to European standards, and right now the European standard is the curvilicious. But what happens when it goes back to the other way? We're gonna be in trouble. We celebrate diversity in dating, and I'm not against diversity in dating, but we act as though women are acting as though getting a white man or a man of another race is some big thing to be clapped and praised upon, and black men are praising the same way. It's almost as we're not proud of who we are. It's almost as we are waiting for approval from a group of people that don't even see us like that, don't even value us like that. And I'm not saying they have to, but what's the point in wanting to be an individual and wanting to stand out and telling them that all Black Lives Matter and all this stuff matters, and all we're gonna do is ask them for handouts from their group and try to be exactly like them? Does it make any sense? It don't to me. Let me give you a clear example of something that happened in our culture that really helped us to stand out and how we should be thinking now, right? Let's look back at Black Wall Street. Why was Black Wall Street destroyed? Was it because they were making money? No, 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 no. Because more African Americans are making money today than there ever was in any any time, any time, right? Was it destroyed because people were fashionable and they were getting homes and you know no, it wasn't. It was because the culture that destroyed it realized if they keep on this way, if they keep down this path, that they keep the money that they make within their communities, if they keep on building these communities if they keep on having these families, eventually they're going to dominate. So they destroyed it before it became a threat. And we talk as though we gonna build these great empires and we can't even build homes. We talk about we gonna build legacies and we can't even keep families together. We talk about we gonna expand our businesses and our reach all over the world when we don't even collaborate with each other. We tear each other down, we tear each other apart, we pull each other apart. Now, I'm saying this and let me say this in caveat. Right now, there's not much to celebrate in the black culture. I'm gonna be 100%. And the stuff that we do celebrate is ratchet, ghetto, and a hot mess. You got young ladies saying they'd rather be with a married man that never tells them no than to be with the man of their dreams that's going to tell them no quite frequently. You got young ladies saying they would rather be with drug dealers than to work things with an average dude. That's crazy. When Black Wall Street was built on the back of everybody. I'm sure everybody that was a part of Black Wall Street wasn't a millionaire, wasn't rich, but they had the mindset of we're building something here. We're building a community that can eventually turn into a empire. That didn't consist of all business owners and entrepreneurs, and there were probably just some average people there too. I can guarantee it. Because let me say this. If everybody in your community is a business owner and an entrepreneur who's buying the products, who's coming for the services. Remember, it was built within house. So there had to be some people in there willing to pay for the services and willing to come in and participate in within the businesses. But yet and still we think that somehow if we make it to the status of these other groups, we are eyes when that in and of itself is problematic. It's really quite frustrating when the best of us seem to have to reach outside of who we are in order to come up. And then the worst of us get celebrated. And then when the best of us try to pour back into the community, we get laughed at, we get called names, we get ridiculed and told that we ain't keeping it real, and this is crazy. But yet we have great expectation and standards for ourselves and for every other thing in life, and somehow in some way we don't see that what we're doing is tearing us apart. We don't see that somehow, some way, the things that we are saying and the things that we deem to be the most relevant is not the things that's keeping these other cultures together, is not the thing that's keeping these other families together, is not keeping the races of different people together. We think it's all these superficial things. We think it's all this glamorizing. We think it's all this other stuff when really it's not. But they want, but they're keeping us trapped by having us think that if we accumulate all this stuff and all this money and have all these businesses, that somehow it's going to make us better than or equal to these other communities. When at the end of the day, if we fall flat on our face, they ain't coming to help us. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson for saying stuff like that. He's always about the people. And once again, I'm not Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm not. But I do realize I am within this culture because I am a black man. And whether I want to believe that or not, when people see me, they're going to categorize me as such. Our image is terrible. The way people see us is less than, and I mean it's less than now than it was at the point when we were doing the worst. Sorry about that. Text just came in. Um, and it's crazy because back then they seen us as more of a threat. Nowadays they see us more as a laughing stock, entertainment. We we ain't a threat to these people because we going to these same people asking them to accept us, asking them to validate us, trying to be exactly what they are instead of being ourselves and being happy with it. No matter where we find ourselves in lives, we keep on trying to live up to their standards when that's not ours. Who was it that said that? Um, a sister said that, and I'm thinking of her name. I'm thinking of the person, but I cannot think of her name right now. Um, if her name comes back to me, I will give you that reference. But she said that their problems is not our problems. We never had those issues. And now they seem to be our central focus, but yet and still we talking about racism and colorism and ism schisms, and we need we need to start looking at who we are as a people, what we're doing as a people, and saying, how do we fix this? How do we make this better? And I'm gonna tell you something. It's not the pursuit of money alone. It's not the pursuit of businesses and high society lives. No, 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 no. It's going to be about building a community. It's going to be about coming together with each other and saying, despite our differences, despite the things that we see are flawed in us, we are going to band together and work our way up. Because ain't nobody coming to save us. Ain't nobody coming to save us. We've been like this for centuries. Tribal wars in Africa, that's where slavery originally came from, anyway. Back in the days of ancient Egypt, we used to separate each other into classes. But, and I'm not saying that this is not prevalent amongst other cultures and other races of people, but however, we are the only ones that, when things come down to the come down, we still tend to focus on that and we never come together. Now the time is more detrimental than ever because the next generation is going along thinking that we're supposed to be individually focused instead of being a community. And now we're just all divided, which the other communities think is great. We got less to worry about because they're dividing themselves. They're fighting amongst themselves. They don't realize all the power and the privilege that they hold because they too worried about trying to keep up with us. They too worried about trying to be us. They too worried about trying to be superior. And instead of establishing who they are themselves and moving forward. Am I lying? I don't think so. And I don't think the way the culture is playing out says I'm lying. Trust and believe that. That's a fact. You can look everywhere around you and see that the way things are playing out, according to what we think is the most relevant, is not playing out the way we thought it was. We are, our ladies say they're the most educated, but how are they lacking the most common sense? Our men saying we are the most brave and the most masculine we've ever been, but we act irrationally and emotionally all the time. It seems like things are going in reverse instead of forward. And it seems like things are moving backwards instead of increasing. Yeah, I know I'm mixing up my words. I'm jumbling them. But remember, this is a rant. This is a rant. And the only reason I'm not getting loud is because there's no reason to. I think our people realize this. I really do. I think us as a culture realizes this. But we are so stuck in this poverty mindset, this mindset of never having enough, that we don't stop to realize how much we actually have, how much we have actually obtained, how the thresholds and the barriers we've actually crossed. We keep on thinking to ourselves, we're slaves, we're slaves, we're slaves, we're slaves, we're slaves, and we're letting social media, mass media, and the design of a system keep on putting us back into that same slavery mindset over and over again. I'm not saying that there's no injustice happening. Of course there is. We are wicked people. We're sinful. All of us, all cultures. But we need to start looking at what we have. We need to start looking at what we got and utilizing it and working within it. Because the system that we got now is broken, completely broken. It's on the verge of collapse. It's the culture that we have now is hanging on by a thread. And that thread is getting ready to break. We looking to become the majority over the years when honestly people that have done studies on cultures say that Hispanic culture is due to take over in the next 20 to 30 years. Why is that? When we were already here and we already had the means in which to become the majority. It's because we have decided instead of being in groups, we want to be individuals. Instead of helping out each other and helping our culture to come up within the society that we're in now, we want to chase after some other cultures. We want to be like everybody else, while nobody wants to be like us except for the elements they want to pick and choose. And then even some of those elements, when they don't serve them anymore, they get rid of them. That's the funny part about it. Other cultures pick and choose from our culture what they want from our culture, and then when it no longer serves the purpose that they want, they get rid of it and go back to what they know. How come it is we don't do the same? It's crazy. We have spent an awful lot of time chasing nothing. We have spent an awful lot of time accomplishing nothing for the glory of who? Because it ain't us. To be recognized by the same people that we protesting against, to be recognized and seen by the same people that we call racist, to be accepted into a fold that we say we don't want to be a part of. Help me understand, because I don't see it. We claim we want to outdo, but it looks like we want to be a part of. And they'll pat us on the back and say good job and allow us into their society. But once we don't serve a purpose no more, they boot us out. And the same people you saw coming up is the same people you see going down. And you wonder why they don't help you because you decided you was too good. You didn't want to be a part of that no more. I ain't gonna sit there and tell you that I'm proud of our culture right now. But I do realize I'm a part of it. I'm black. I don't feel like there's anything to celebrate as far as black culture right now. But somebody's got to point out the obvious. We ain't doing it. And what we have done is not making our situation any better. MLK Day just passed. And let's think. In the time that he was here to now, How have things gotten better? A lot of us say they haven't. I would say that they've gotten so much better for us that now we're trying to make up reasons why it's not. All because we don't want to come together as one collective of people and say, look, let's push the little stuff to the side and concentrate on us. I think I'm on to something. I think I'm on to something because if we start saying we're not gonna focus on this, we're not gonna focus on that, we're gonna focus in on us. All of a sudden, things begin to change. Real movements begin to happen. All of a sudden, people start treating us different. We start acting different. We start having different mindset. But as long as we stay focused on individual things and trying to catch up with everybody, we ain't gonna go nowhere. So, in conclusion, we need to do better. We need to start focusing in on the things that really matter to us and are really going to take us to the next level. Or else we're going to be gone. And that's all I'm going to say. Anyways, check out that TikTok at the Standard 81 podcast. Check out my Instagram at Sincere the Artist. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, and P.S. Hit that like, share, subscribe. And if you're watching this after it's gone live, type second watching that in the comments there. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.